Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of, this birthday edition of Getting Together. It is Raylene's birthday. So be sure to reach out to her, put it in the chat, wish her happy birthday, social media, all over the place, wherever that is, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, she's not shy. She's not shy about it being her birthday.
Money is accepted, gift
and
cards
she
preferred.
is definitely thinking she's worth celebrating. So please celebrate my friend, my co-host, Raylene Chalinar.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Getting Together. We are excited to be back. We had a little week hiatus. Why did we do that?
Last week was when we record. It was President's Day, and we were like,
President's
who
Day.
doesn't want to celebrate that?
Yes, we wanted to celebrate President's Day. That's right. The mattress. Gotta get the mattress.
That was hilarious. Did you guys see that? He sent something up on social media. Said, go buy your mattress.
Gotta go buy your mattress. This is how we celebrate some of the greatest men in history. Is we have mattress sales.
It was so funny when I saw that. Like,
so
something
there
I
you
would
go.
have said.
But we are back. We are back with you. And actually, it's just us today.
It's just us. Just
we
me
had
and you, kid.
A
It's
last
kind of the
minute
way
cancellation. And, this is good. And
It's
actually,
fun.
Marissa today, she's like, you know what? It's better when it's just you two.
Aw, how sweet.
That's very nice. But we
Very
also do
nice.
enjoy our guests because
We
we
do.
had some really cool ones and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, but when you're
But we're kind of fun
narcissist.
too. Yeah, exactly. when I don't know, when I see how many views we have, I'm like, well, do they like the guests or like me? Now we know. Now this is the litmus test.
Absolutely.
So please watch this video. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Raylene.
Morning.
I mean, hello.
Hello.
And welcome to this edition. This
Getting
episode.
Together.
Yes.
Yep.
How are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got good coffee.
Yes, we're at the
Good
porch once again, which is
conversation.
nice.
There's
So
community hanging
there's
out with us.
Definitely community, and it's really nice. Like the parking lot's full,
Yep.
and they have a little redesign, a
Yeah,
little
you
remodel
need to
here
come
at the
in
porch.
to the
So
porch.
please come to the porch, check it out, and just it's a great business here, locally owned. So celebrate and come alongside the porch.
Yes, we couldn't find our regular table, so we're a little lower than
little
normal,
lower.
and we got kind of a new
That's all right.
backdrop going on. We're testing out.
Yes.
Give us your feedback. Be
So
kind.
all of you listening on Spotify, those elements are very important.
Very
we know
important.
you love our background on Spotify.
Yeah. You don't want to see what Jeremy's hair is doing today? Come on.
That's
Look
right.
and find,
Pop
my
over
friend.
to YouTube. So what do we have?
Well, I just kind of wanted to talk about, we had a little advice, a little pushback saying we're a Prescott area podcast.
Yes.
YouTube show. So a little more Prescott,
Okay.
about what's going on. So I thought,
Because it's a
That's
happening
good.
place where there's stuff going on.
well, now there is, because really, Christmas time is fun too. But from now till through the summer, this is where you want to be. This is the place. It's got the perfect weather.
Really good weather.
And then we just have events, like fun, all kinds of crazy fun events. So this weekend coming up,
Yes. What do we have?
the first one I saw that drew my attention,
Okay.
because there's other artsy fartsy stuff going on.
Yes. Because we have a little bit of that community.
We have a lot of that, and I'm sorry, I'm not drawn to that in particular, unless it's going to be a theater. But like to look at paintings or art, I don't have that kind of mind.
Now, how about sculptures?
I don't mind a good sculpture.
Okay.
There's a really cool one in Prescott Valley by the library
Yes.
of a woman, pioneer woman. Do you know which one I'm going to say?
Oh, yes.
She's got the snake in one hand,
Yes.
and she's got a shovel, and I'm like,
we should have her on.
She's in bronze.
Oh, okay.
So she's very quiet. My husband's ideal woman.
Lovely.
But anyway,
Strong but
sculptures, yes, I'm okay with.
Okay.
I don't mind. But the thing that drew me this weekend was Harlem Globetrotters are going to be here. Come on, Sweet Georgia Brown.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Can you
good.
play that on your snoozaphone?
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet you
I mean,
could.
it wouldn't quite have like the lilting air. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a semi truck.
Right.
Semi truck. No.
You need to bring it on. So you could, hey.
Yep. More like that.
So they're coming. Finley Toyota Center Friday.
And
7 p.m.
have you seen the Harlem Globetrotters
One
before?
of my best memories.
True.
Couple of. I've seen them a couple times.
Okay.
Saw them the first time when it was like the original group. So Meadow Lark Lemon. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. And we know someone.
We do.
Who's related to him.
Yes, we do.
That was bizarre.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Because
She
when
goes
she
to
said
your church, right?
Yes, Angela.
Yes. It's her
Angela.
stepdad.
It's her stepdad. And
Yes.
when we're getting to know her, she's mentioning these different things that she's done as part of her career, and she's like, "Oh yeah, when I was working in the office administration role with my dad, Meadowlark Lemon." I'm like, "Whoa, back up, what?" So anyway,
I know.
But yes, so you got to see
I saw
the original?
originals.
Okay.
I can't remember. There was this, shorter guy, and then Meadowlark, and those are the two I remember. But it was, phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, yeah.
And we were a basketball family. And so to watch the cool stuff that those guys did. And then I got married, and I want to say like a New Year's Eve, my hubby and I went and saw them. And that's when they had added a woman, the first woman that was on the Globetrotters. And that was good too. Yeah. My husband was panicking the whole time because he's always the one that gets called down for things, right?
Really?
Because he's the one that's shrinking and please don't call on me. Magicians, if we're at, we went to some show at Disneyland. No, it was Six Flags. And some woman came and sat on his lap, and
What?
He's
Not Disneyland.
Always. No, it was like Six Flags.
Okay, that's a little more Six Flagsy.
A little more liberal.
A little more edgy.
Yeah. It was like a saloon, and one of the saloon girls came and sat on his lap. So during the whole Harlem Globetrotters, he's like, "They're going to call me on the court. They're going to call me on the court." So I don't think he enjoyed it quite as much as I did.
And did they?
They did not.
Okay.
We were way up in the nosebleed section.
Wow.
But it was fun.
A little off topic, but this reminds me of one of my worst memories of being at SeaWorld.
Okay.
Down in San Diego.
Yes.
And we were at this show where they had like the walrus and some seals and sea lions and stuff. And so
SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's SeaWorld. Yeah. And there's this one part where this walrus like spits a little bit on the crowd, right?
Right.
So it hits me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's disgusting." And then it happens again. So I move. I'm like, "Dude, this is disgusting. I don't like this."
Walrus spit?
It happens again.
No.
This thing is finding me, and it is like zeroed in, and the crowd's loving it. They think it's hilarious. And I'm like 14. I'm just embarrassed. I'm like, "I don't like this." And so as I'm walking up the steps, I'm like, "Mom, Dad, I'm out." They're like, "It's fine, it's funny." And I'm like, "No, it's not to me." So I'm walking up the stairs, and I'm getting hit in the back of the head with a walrus spit, and I'm done. I'm mortified. I'm embarrassed. I'm soaked with this gross walrus spit, and so I like ducked around the corner as fast as I could and just fumed.
Oh, that's so great.
I still don't quite see the humor in it.
Oh, well.
But that's all right.
It's funny, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, it
could
is.
be. I'm sure if it was my sister, I would have been like, "That's funny."
I don't know why, but with the mustache,
yes,
there's a walrus-like quality.
Oh yeah.
What is that? Do they have mustaches?
They kind of have like the whisker things that go down. So and even like if you think of I'm
Magnum T.I.
Well, not even so much
What's
him.
his name? Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
A little walrusy to
there
me.
was one of the guys that was in government.
Well, you're talking to the wrong woman.
Man. Anyway, it'll come to me. But yeah, he didn't
Castro?
really style. No.
Okay.
One of our guys.
Okay.
One of our guys. But he didn't put like any stuff in it, so it just hung straight down, kind of over the lip and everything. And
funny.
But it is called the walrus, like when you style it like that.
Oh,
so,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, people getting together, friends, we've learned something new.
Yes.
See, so educational.
Very
aren't
educational.
We are very educated people.
Back to the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, have you ever seen them?
I remember seeing them in Fresno, California. My dad took me to see them, and I kept the booklet that he walked in with and everything.
Yeah.
Because we weren't really a sports family, but I watched that and I was just enthralled.
I know.
From the second they hit the court until we left. Like on the way back, it's one of those things where the people we had come with, we're just talking about, do you remember that part? Oh my goodness. Yep. And I didn't quite understand the whole concept that they were just like an exhibition team.
Right.
And so like all these poor guys, I'm like, they didn't seem to know what they were doing, you know?
Right, the other team.
They're really bad. They probably shouldn't be in this profession. And they're like, no. Like they do this on purpose. They're all part of the thing,
yes,
you know?
All part of the show.
So then it kind of brings up that question. How do how do you get to that point where you're like really good, but you're good enough to be on the Globetrotters, but in a role where you actually have to pretend that you're bad?
Right. I don't know.
So that's kind of a weird career.
I would have loved to have tried to get one of them on the show. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun?
Is it too late?
I don't think it's too late. I think I could use I can't use my feminine charms anymore. Those days are over, but I could bribe or something.
Lovely. Mm-hmm. This is what we're about now.
Something.
If we can't sell it one way, we'll bribe them in the other.
I'm not shy.
Raylene. Thank you. I'm
Sure.
glad. That would be an interesting. I don't know how we'd quite work the camera angle.
Well, that's true. Especially with me. You'd be
head out
okay,
a shot.
But I'd have to sit on something. Sit on some pillows.
That's awesome. No, well, so that's coming up this weekend?
That's coming out this weekend. So
March 4th.
Kiddos
Wow.
or not, sports person or not, I think if you haven't ever seen them, you should go. And
no, it's totally worth it.
I just want to keep people going to the Findlay Toyota Center because I want to keep seeing these acts and concerts. Chicago was just here.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to see those things stay in our town. So
awesome.
I think we need to support that. I'm going to be out of town, but you all need to go.
My sister currently just kind of picks up some extra hours. She's connected to some people that run all the vending.
Oh, yeah.
in
Okay.
the event center. And she was at the Chicago thing, working the nacho stand.
Yeah, concessions.
Whatever. Concessions. Thank you.
I'm here
having
for you.
some hard times with words today, but yeah, so she's been working concessions, and she said, man, Chicago still has it. She said they were just amazing.
How could they not?
They're amazing. So that's really
good.
Cool.
Yeah, we got offered tickets by some friends. Quincy, thank you. We couldn't go. We were out of town picking up Mama from Cali.
Awesome.
Okay, other fun things coming on Friday. Again, if you don't want to go to the Harlem Globetrotters, you could go to the Elks Theater, the famous historical Elks Theater, which is just gorgeous.
They've done an amazing job.
And they're
reconstructing it.
Yes,
and
they're opening back up
it is
again
beautiful.
and bringing stuff in, and so they do movies there. And 7 p.m. on Friday, you could watch The Matrix.
The Matrix.
If you were into. What is his name? What was his name? I was trying to remember that. I was like, I thought it was a letter, like K or.
Well, there are some characters in there.
Okay,
that have
there were, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, those outfits. If I could suck myself into one of those. And if we lived, I don't know, maybe in Chicago or New York, might be a little weird on the streets of Prescott.
Well, but I don't know, man.
That black long jacket.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the movie was about. No idea.
Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. All of them.
Oh, really?
I just watched it for the clothes. They were phenomenal.
Huh. Okay.
And Carrie, whatever her name is, that played the girl.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Carrie something. The slicked back, short hair on her.
Huh.
I'm just saying, somebody did the style people in that movie. Amazing.
Right on. Okay.
So, and there's something about glitches or computers or I don't know.
The Matrix.
Take a pill and you're in
reality versus,
but not. I don't know.
Right. No.
Anyway, if you're into that.
It was fascinating. See, I don't like Keanu Reeves for the most
for
part.
The monotone?
Especially as an actor. Apparently, he's like a really cool dude in real life. Very personable, really cool to fans and stuff like that.
Now we can never have him on the show.
But he's always going to be Ted.
He's always going to be who?
Oh.
Oh, Ted?
Yes.
Bill and Ted.
Yes.
Excellent Adventure.
Thank you. Okay. I was afraid there for a second.
Ted. The teeth, the tongue, the tip of the lips. Ted in Bill and Ted's.
Yes.
And yes, that was a perfect role for him.
Absolutely.
You didn't like him in Point Break?
Oh my gosh.
No.
No. Speed. None of that. Because he's like the same dude. He's just like
a whole movie on a bus. That's pretty brilliant.
Oh, the premise is
2 hours.
Wonderful. But it's like Keanu Reeves and who's the guy who did National Treasure?
Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Neither of those guys. No. I'm like, if they're in a movie, I'm pretty much guaranteed not to see it.
Jeremy. Nicolas Cage?
Boring.
Oh, The Rock?
The flattest, most uninteresting.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's funny, though. He can be really funny.
On purpose?
Yeah, like National Treasure. Who's adorable.
Yeah.
Funny.
I don't know.
Made fun of himself? No?
Okay, no.
Okay, the people aren't agreeing with you. They're
That's
on my
okay.
side on that.
That's
I'm
okay.
with you with Keanu Reeves, though. I'm sorry, Keanu. It's a cool name.
But I enjoyed The Matrix.
Okay, you did.
So, I was not expecting things because Keanu, but I thought The Matrix was really cool.
Yeah, he did okay.
I like that one.
All right, so there's two things. You could do Harlem Globetrotters.
What are you going to choose?
If I had to choose between those?
Yep.
Because I'm going to be out of town. It'd be Harlem
right.
Globetrotters. My kids haven't seen them. 12 and 11 would love it.
It'd blow their minds.
Oh, it would blow their minds. They would absolutely love it.
Got it.
Yep. Okay, and then Saturday, there's the farmer's market. It's the winter farmer's market. So I'm assuming winter
Snow
veggies. Chocolate.
Ice cubes.
Yes. Igloos. So I don't know. Winter veggies, maybe? I've never been to the farmer's market in the winter.
I'm trying to think. I have this vague recollection that out in Chino Valley there's some greenhouses, and so they kind of do the produce thing throughout. So I don't know, but that might be a really cool thing. And the last time I went to the farmers market, they had a few vendors that were, meat and things like the goat soap.
Yes, love that.
Soap made out of goats?
Yes.
Or goat's milk?
Goat's milk.
It's got some
and
hairs
then
you have
there's
to pick out.
bread. Oh my gosh, homemade bread.
Yeah, so there's always some stuff besides the produce.
I don't know that the flour girls are going to be there from Chino. I can't
not.
remember their name. I'm sorry about that. I should, because I love everything that they have. But I would doubt that they'd be there right now. But go check it out. Maybe they will. Iron Springs Road starts at 10. Voices of Dance at Yavapai College Performing Arts.
The Voices of Dance.
So there's going to be dance and the chorale. Are you a choral singer or chorale singer? Choral?
I would say chorale. There's a women's chorale.
Okay.
Or a women's choral group.
Okay. Well, it's them.
Okay.
Yavapai. And then they're incorporating dance, which I think is beautiful. Now, that kind of art, love it.
Okay.
I love that. So that is, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. If you do the Saturday, it's 7 p.m. If you do the Sunday, it's at 3.
Awesome.
So that, I'm sure, will be an amazing performance because Yavapai College does things well.
Yes, they do.
They're performing arts.
It's really well.
They do a great job. I'm trying to think the last thing that I went to. Can you remember the last thing that you went to where you were toying with the idea of Hello Dolly, of auditioning?
Well, yes, auditioning. But so that's still coming up, right? Hello Dolly is going to be like in the fall.
Yes.
Yes. But
it's Tennille, Captain and Tennille. What's her name? Tony? No. Tony Tennille? She's going to be in it.
Here we are, unprepared once again. There's flowers somewhere at the farmer's market. They have a name. There's a lady who's gonna sing. She has a name.
Captain and Tennille is the Tennille, not Captain, because I don't think Captain is with us anymore.
I don't think Captain's with us, but Tennille is going to be.
Yes, she's gonna be in Hello Dolly.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that closer to the time. But I was just saying, you were thinking of maybe auditioning for that.
Which automatically lends itself to the fact that Yavapai Performance does a really good job.
Really good job, because...
I mean, if I'm considering it, then it must be high class. Top
actually,
notch.
because you told me, I said, why don't you just audition and just get a role? And you said, oh no.
No.
And just like this, in his Jeremy way, oh no. If I'm going to allow myself to audition and allow them to see all of this, okay, I'm ad-libbing now, but it was in there. It was between the lines.
Yes, it was between the lines.
I want the star role, is what he said.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well go for broke. I don't want to walk in there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be an extra. No, I'm going to expect
you just totally
go
dissed
walk
all
into
the
it.
extras right now.
Oh, no.
You did.
Okay, maybe I didn't. I didn't mean to.
I don't want an extra. I don't want just an extra part.
Not just.
I want the lead.
Everyone works together to create the whole atmosphere of the performance. There's no I in team.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks for exposing that in me.
Oh, I'm here to expose.
That's wonderful.
Uh-huh.
But no, I for me personally, I figured I would have to explore the possibility that I might get cast in some leading style potential role.
Very
maybe.
PC. Good job. Yes.
And so I would not want to have to turn that down.
And you would turn it down. Why?
I will not discuss that openly on this podcast.
Oh, man.
However,
it's a good story.
However, I think it's also one of those deals where I heard a lot of stories surrounding the cast and everything from Phantom of the Opera, and everyone who went said it was amazing.
Yes.
I mean, from costuming to the dance to the singing, said
job.
absolutely professional.
Their theater is great too.
Really, really cool.
It's very nice.
But the rehearsal schedule is intense.
Yes.
And so that was one of the other deciding factors. Like, okay, it's one thing to get cast in a leading role and have all that kind of stuff. But then if you have a supporting role, but you're also having that intense of a schedule, then I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it at this point in my life?
Yeah.
But
so
I do think more highly of myself than I ought, and I apologize to anyone.
How to apologize?
Whom I have
you have talent, Jeremy. You've got talent. So Voices of Dance. There you go.
Well, my kids were saying the other day that I think it was on Instagram or one of those little places where wonderful background, cute little font, and it said, you know, you don't dance with your feet, you dance with your heart.
Yes.
And so then we're trying to envision like what that would literally look like to dance with your heart, and like, you know, like where do you put it?
You spent hours, didn't you?
Like just laying down and dancing with your heart, or can you just stand there and someone's like, dude, why aren't you dancing? You're like, dude, I'm dancing with my heart.
That's what my husband would say as he sits on the sideline. I'm dancing with my heart.
I'm dancing with my heart.
Yeah, just not with my feet.
So that hasn't gotten there yet,
No.
and it probably won't.
Are you not a dancer?
So there's a episode of Seinfeld where Elaine dances.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
I'm doing the thumbs.
That's kind of how I feel. There's again, sort of, this will provide some context.
Okay.
I'm on a mission trip in Mexico.
Right.
Scrub that. Mission trip in Guatemala.
Wow, because it's all the same, Jeremy.
No.
Oh dear.
I'm just getting some of my locations mixed.
Okay.
So, because I've had experiences in both.
Yes.
But I'm in Guatemala, and we're in this really cool place. Like they brought us into their home, made a meal for us. We're sitting around, and they had that house structure where there's like a nice courtyard in the middle, right? So we're next to this courtyard. It's just a cool night, enjoying the company, and then suddenly there's like this little line of chortling, tittling, and it's going around, but everyone's kind of looking at me.
There's people chortling.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. There's people chortling and kind of laughing and kind of giggling and then pointing at me, and so all these nationals, I'm like, okay, something's up, you know.
Yes.
And then like one will kind of like explain to someone next to them, and then they start laughing. So it gets around, and I'm like, okay, so what's the story?
Yeah.
You know, obviously this is not just like because somebody made a silly joke. Like this is here.
At your expense.
This is somewhere here. And I'm rather expressive with my hands, whatever.
You can be, yes.
And so they said they tell the gal who's with us, who's also translating.
Yes.
And they have this name, and it's the name for a marionette. And they think I look like a marionette.
So perfect.
Because of my stringy little arms and how like kind of gangly and like loosey whatever. So they're like, he's a marionette. He's the marionette. So then everything after that just goes to reinforce that I'm a marionette.
Yeah.
So
that's perfect.
I just, yes, I don't even remember how we got there.
Dancing.
So yes, I
went to marionette.
Because I feel like if I start dancing, people are like, oh my gosh, it's a marionette.
No.
I have no strings to hold me down, you know?
I'm not a puppet, I'm a real boy.
Yes, and I've heard, like, I remember my parents really liked, he was actually in the film version of Hello Dolly, but Tommy Tune.
Oh, okay.
Super tall.
Yes.
And kind of known for his long legs and everything like that.
I sort of remember that.
He's over 6 feet tall, and I'm like 6'1". But then you hear that most of the time, people that are that tall don't translate well to dance because their limbs are so long.
Sure.
So I kind of have this like self-conscious thing in the back of my head, like, okay, if I were to dance, I'd basically just be. I'd be the court jester.
Okay, well, that's not true because I've seen you dance with your wife at the gala. We had a gala a couple years ago.
The gala.
It was a fundraiser for Northern Arizona Dream Center. And you two were very graceful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Graceful.
Could have been more, having to do with your wife pulling you along, but
yes.
no, you guys were very graceful.
No, we had
and
a lot of
you're both
fun.
tall and very elegant. And
Thank you.
so yes, it's very nice.
So that's usually what
You're selling yourself short there.
I see for that
All right,
dancing.
so
dance with your heart, not with your feet.
Not with your feet. I'm sure they do.
At
And
Voices
it'll
of
be
Dance.
excellent.
So dance with your voice
excellent.
and with your feet.
Very great performance. And then last but not least this weekend is the Prescott Bridal Affair Expo.
Oh.
At the Sam Hill Warehouse. At Sam Hill Warehouse.
Oh, Sam Hill.
Yes. Sunday at 10 a.m. It's free. And
Yes.
it's a big deal. It's been going for 17 years.
Wow. Now, did
Here.
they take a break? Do you know? Over COVID?
It's a good question. Yes, I do believe they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
17 years.
It's very exciting. And, and Prescott is bridal savvy. It's
How do you mean?
a lot of weddings are held here. A lot
Okay.
of people come in for weddings because the photography is phenomenal. I mean, you've got the Dells and, the lighting is great. And we've got a lot of cool spaces and venues. And so anyway, it's bye. One of our friends is leaving. It's just a great area. And so this is a big deal. Prescott Women Magazine is a big sponsor.
Okay.
And so it'll be fun.
All right. So if you're a bride and you want to have an affair, come on down to
Go to the Affair
Sam Hill.
Expo. Yeah, I'm
The
not
Affair
really
Expo.
sure who thought that was a good idea.
It's a bridal affair.
Prescott
It's a
Bridal Affair. It's quite the affair.
quite
That's
the
when
affair.
we used the
Yes.
word for that sort
Yes.
of thing.
Now,
Not in the negative sense.
not in the negative sense. Because when you're a bride, you should probably not be thinking about having affairs.
Right. Stay away from that. Just
Well,
don't do
whenever, I guess.
it. Just
You
don't
just
do
shouldn't.
it.
You shouldn't be having
Stay
affairs.
away from that.
Just don't have affairs.
Right. There you go.
All right.
We digress.
Sage wisdom from
Pastor Jeremy.
your co-hosts of the Getting Together podcast.
And
No
that's,
affairs.
there's tons. So, go to Prescott Chamber and look on their events page, and there's lots and lots and lots starting March. It's just, woo, here we go.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
It's
But
really cool.
these are the ones I
Things
pulled
are
out.
opening up again,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are a lot more willing to get out and about. And so we're really starting to see a lot of those events coming back. And man, people are excited. We're excited to be a part of those as well in whatever capacity we can be. Hopefully a pivotal role coming up.
That would be
more,
nice.
So that you just see us everywhere.
Everywhere. We're looking for sponsors.
You
so
can't go anywhere without tripping over
let us know.
the Getting Together podcast.
Yeah, that's what we'd like.
Physically
So
tripping over us. If we
Help
have to
us
trip
out.
you to make you listen to our podcast, we'll do that.
we'll do it.
We're not above that.
Whatever means.
No.
This is what I'm saying.
Not
I'm at
whatever
that
means.
point in my life. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, Rae, anything else for this lovely
I think that'll do it for
Wednesday?
me. That's all from Raylene Challoner, your host.
happy birthday?
Happy birthday. It's my birthday. Yeah. 49, in case you were wondering.
Wow, you're willing to put that out
Oh,
there?
I don't mind. Yeah,
No?
I don't mind. No.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Growing old very
What a strong
gracefully.
woman.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
Graceful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching this episode of Getting Together. We are excited to have you with us. Continue to like and subscribe and share.
Please.
And hopefully next time we plan on having a guest next week. So
Yeah.
make sure you tune in for the mystery guest. There's so much mystery surrounding these two. You just have to tune in to figure out who
Mystery.
that will be. So until then, have a great weekend. Enjoy one of these many, many things that Prescott has to
Yes.
offer.
Get out there.
It is a great time to get out with your kids into nature and then go hit one of these exciting events here in the Prescott Valley, Dewey,
Chino.
Quad City
Quad City.
area. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next episode of Getting Together.
Bye.